Hello friends, greetings for the day. I, C.C. Bushnor, private investigator. I'm back with my second vlog. Today, with a sense of gratitude, let me make a revelation. For you can see me present here in a confident and secure state, and by secure state I mean protected from dangers that can harm me physically, threaten me mentally, protect me from the dangers posed to my loved ones, and protect from loss of material assets, both tangible and intangible. The revelation I am going to make is that for me to be so secure and confident, there are about a dozen of security agencies that are engaged and working hard for this. Surprise? No, I am not kidding. It's a fact. Let me list out the security agencies and you will realize the fact. The agencies that are working ceaselessly to keep me fully secure are as follows: Defense Forces, including the Army, Navy, and the Air Force, Border Security Force, Central Reserve Police Force, State Civil and Reserve Police Force, the CISF, Civil Defense, and not to forget the security personnel at the gate of this building. All the above mentioned people are belonging to the uniformed services and are known for their discipline, life, and culture. Without the service and support of these forces, the society and the people would be deprived of security or the law and order. The law and order that we all have taken for granted. Remember, the state of security does not prevail on its own. It is a result of routine and logical effort of the uniformed forces. Therefore, without any of these forces and people, we would all be in chaos and in a state of a perpetual self-defense, looking for and fending from the different types of attacks and abuses that would come to our harm. That's about uniformed forces. Now today's topic is about corporate security. Corporate security here has an overtone of site protection. That is, it has a well-defined role and responsibilities. The responsibilities include protection of assets, people, information, and protection of organization from the losses and undesired events. The security operation involves procedures adopted to protect personnel, equipment, and property against predictable threats. These procedures include the effective use of building and facility, features and topography, illumination, and use of techniques and action to achieve improved protection by deterring, delaying, detecting, and disrupting or decreasing the potential threat. As a first step towards this, we have to make an assessment and perceive the threats present at the site. The perception of security and the actual security tend to vary from person to person and with the prevailing context at the given place at a given time. Once these threats are identified, we have to plan ways to eliminate these threats with appropriate countermeasures. The countermeasures can include security visual signs, gates and locks, guard surveillance, alarm system, or anti-theft system. We have to achieve a state where the vulnerability is reduced. Remember, the vulnerability exists when these three components are present. The components are asset, motive, and opportunity. Out of these, the opportunity component can be described as the condition and the circumstances prevailing at the particular place that allow the incident to occur. Generally, the opportunities are present in the form of accessibility, easy to gain entry, asset and access to the asset, and also the anonymity. That means the possibility of getting away from the scene of occurrence after perpetuating the crime. Therefore, ideal risk mitigation should be established on the measures and strategies that can remove the opportunity for criminal activity at the site. That's all for today. Friends, I would like to know from you the most general of the threats that usually exist in an industrial context. Thanks, friends. Hope you enjoyed the log. Please discuss in the comment box. Jai Hind.